Hey Facebook, so I wanted to come to you today and talk about a topic that I've been hearing a lot. And basically it's on the topic of supplements and dietary recommendations. And the biggest thing I hear is, I don't feel a difference from my supplements. How am I supposed to feel? Should I feel a difference? Some people feel a difference right away and they feel great and they're on board. A lot of people. But some people don't, and they're wondering, what's the deal? What's going on with this? So I just wanted to tackle a little bit of this in this video with you. So hopefully if this has happened with you, you can tune in and get a few answers to your questions. So one thing is, I think it's always important when you're given a prescription or a supplement recommendation to know why you've been given that recommendation or prescription, how long you're supposed to be taking it, and what happens next. What's our next step after that? So I'm a big proponent on there should be an end date, or you should know if there's not an end date. For instance, digestive enzymes, you might need those for the long term. Why? And are you on board with that? And do you feel a difference? Should you expect to feel a difference? So that's one thing, is knowing why. Know the plan of action. So many times I will tell patients, yes, we need to balance, for instance, your hormones. Yes, we need to take care of this. However, first we need to make sure that we start with healing your gut. So we have to start with this. You're not going to feel a big difference in these magical 30 days of taking some supplements. After that, we'll reassess and look at this. Then we'll look at this. Then we'll finally circle around your hormones, which wouldn't budge unless your gut was healed anyways. And so that's one thing. The second thing is, when you make choices on your own outside of the specific recommendation given to you, I think it's wiser to make those choices with the doctor involved. So I didn't take this because I heard from a friend that I would run to the bathroom every time I took it, something like that. So first of all, was it the same product? Where did that person order it? What's going on with that person? You're a completely different body. So, knowing, like, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you feel like there is a supplement that's treating your body differently, than you expected, communicate that with your doctor, because it's not a perfect process. There is nothing out there that will tell you exactly what supplement your body needs 100%. There are things that scan your body in ways that give you a really good idea of what you might need, but those are not diagnostic machines. If there was a machine that could diagnose everyone, we'd be in space healing and curing cancer, right? We'd just get scanned. This is a movie that I can't remember the name of. We'd get scanned, and then it would tell us exactly what's wrong, and then we would do exactly what we need. Boom, bam, done. My job's easy, right? So that doesn't exist. There's not a perfect way to take it. There is a therapeutic recommended dose based on all the literature surrounding this topic, and that's really important to follow. That's where they come from. It doesn't come from, I just think, or my last 2 patients worked well that way. It comes from years of research and studies. And what is a therapeutic dose? Are you taking a supplement that is therapeutic grade, or are you buying it down the road at your local drugstore with who knows what in it? So that's another just couple of things. The other thing is, how do you expect to feel? So if there was a supplement that sometimes you get quicker results with some products. Other products, for instance, let's see, omegas, so fish oil. It's widely known throughout the wellness community and even the medical community that you have to have a balance of omegas in your body to have optimal health. The reason most people have essential fatty acid deficiencies and various imbalances of their omegas is because we eat way too much saturated fat. And for years now, the medical industry has been on this low-fat, fat-free kick. Well, guess what? Fat's not the enemy if it's the right kinds of healthy fats. And when you take a product that's meant to have whole fat, valuable ingredients that come from a well-sourced, a good source, for instance, like butter from a grass-fed cow versus margarine, completely processed and bad for you, that butter that's from a grass-fed cow that's sourced locally or is a good product is no longer bad for you. Do you need to eat a pound of it a day? Well, let's talk about it. Let's not be silly, right? But if you just swear off all fats and eat all the fat-free, low-fat foods, then you're missing out on healthy fats. You're not getting the healthy ones. You're only getting the unhealthy ones when you cheat on your French fries that were fried in like corn oil. And you're also, you're becoming deficient in the healthy fats, and the chemicals and sugars and preservatives that were added to that food to make it low fat or fat free are building up in your system, and your body has to do something with them because it has no use for them. So you're putting a toll on your intestinal lining, you're putting a toll on your liver, and your entire GI tract is having a much bigger job than it should. This can lead to all kinds of problems. For instance, when they did some studies of plaques in coronary arteries, they found that these days the plaques are made up mostly of herbicides, pesticides, plasticizers, toxins, chemicals, not cholesterol. So there are, so we know that fish oils and omega supplements can be really good for you. We know that. And if I had you all in a room in front of me and I said, raise your hand if you ever felt a complete difference in your body after taking an omega supplement. We'd get like that one person who's like, I swear it helps my knees. I swear I started taking it and it helps. And that's great. And there's always going to be some people who get that result. However, if you don't feel an instant improvement from taking a fish oil or omega supplement to help balance your healthy fats, does it mean it's not working? No. And on that topic, what is health? Why are we so symptom-based? So people, if I ask what is health, they'll say, well, health is when you're feeling good versus when you're feeling bad. Interesting topic, interesting theory. So under that theory, how do you explain surprise diagnoses? How do you explain someone who's going through their life and making pretty decent choices and goes to their doctor for their checkup and they get a scary diagnosis like cancer or heart disease? Do you think they were sitting there saying, I think I'm going to end up with cancer this year at my annual appointment? No. Do you think it's absolutely shocking and heart-wrenching because they had no idea this was happening the months leading up to this? Yes, because they didn't know, because health is not how you feel. Health is going on in your body regardless of how you feel. You're either in a state of health or in a state of disease. You're somewhere on this one spectrum. You're healthy, you're happy, you're alive, your chemistry is great, or you're not. You're diseased and you've got autoimmune conditions and you've got constipation and you've got autoimmune, hormone imbalance, and you've got brain fog and you've got anxiety and you've got all these problems, and those are symptoms of things that are going wrong in the body that are disease. Nothing's going to magically take away all of your symptoms in 1 month. You can start to see improvements, but unless you're on board with the science behind why these products 100% do improve your health, and you're willing to take the steps to get there, then you're just not ready. You're not ready for a health program. You're too busy self-sabotaging. And that's so hard to hear, and I want you to know I'm saying it from a lovely place. But if you think that you should take a supplement, feel an instant result, and be magically better, unfortunately, you are a product of our current healthcare system. We think that symptoms equal health, or symptoms equal disease, lack of symptoms equals health, and it should just go like that. And when something doesn't take away our symptoms, like prescriptions do, they don't. If your omega supplement is balancing your fatty acids in your body because it has to, because that's what it does if it's a good product based on science and physiology. So if you think that you have to feel that as a result of taking it, then you're used to, I have pain, I take an ibuprofen. I have high blood pressure, I take a medicine. I have high cholesterol, I take a statin. I have anxiety, I take Zoloft. I have this, I take that. And you have been a product of that system and that way of thinking for a long time. And it's okay, because lots of us are. But I'm here to tell you that health is more than that. Health is every process that's going on within your body. The body whispers before it screams. You can tune in further. You can see signs and symptoms of decreasing health sooner. And you can see small improvements, and that's great. But unless you're clear on your expectations heading into a program or a supplement regimen, then you are going to be sorely disappointed, because it is not a magic pill. It is not a Band-Aid to cover up symptoms. It is a journey to health that you must be involved in and interested in and invested in. And it's worth it, because you don't always see the money you saved in lack of prescription medication, lack of doctor's visits, lack of ER visits, lack of surgeries, lack of disease complications. You don't always see if you prevented cancer in yourself or heart disease in yourself. But you will know the science behind, especially if you have a test. If you've got a blood, a blood work script or results that tell you that you need to balance your omegas, or you've got one of our NutriVal tests done that tell you exactly what you're deficient in, that exactly what you need, then you just have to know, I'm deficient in this. Here's the proof. I take this for this long. We retest. We see the results. After a long time of doing this and working on it, your health starts to improve, but it doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen as a direct result of every single supplement you take. I wish it did. I do, because I love quick results. I love them. They're like addicting. It's fun. But I don't love medicine, and I don't love the risk that it comes with, and I don't love the expectation that we've set for that in our lives, because real health is the most worth it thing you will ever go after in your life. If you commit yourself to your health, you will never regret it a day in your life. But until you're ready to do that, think about your choices, and think about your thinking behind the choices that you're making. Okay, guys, I hope this wasn't too heavy. Please feel free, if you have specific questions, to message us. We're always here. Please feel free to comment. Hi, Tracy. Thanks so much for commenting. Lovely to see you here. And everyone, enjoy your day. Thanks.